Hello, and welcome to another episode of Mechabellum Ladder Climb. We've got another 14,500 MMR rated person here, so it's a pretty even match, I'd say. We're slightly favored. Let's see if we can play something different today. I don't mind a Mustang marksman build, but heavy armor on an arc light sledgehammer build actually seems like it would work for us pretty well. Tanks and marksmen. I think it's easy enough to grab some marksmen of our own to start, and I actually really like this setup, but we're gonna want to get into some storm callers later. I wonder, can I take this, maybe just scooch it up a tad? Realistically, I'm not sure what it is that we need next. I mean, he's just getting more tanks and more snipers. The extra $100 per round, it's a little bit nasty in that sense. I don't see us having any measurable amount of counter here. The arc lights are not better to have, except for the fact that that little bit of scratch I was hoping might have been enough to prevent us from needing another full shot here, but we absolutely did need that extra shot. So thankfully this marksman survived. That's going to end up getting us a lot more value out of this run, couple extra tanks, but not nearly enough for what we need here. We need a lot of damage, concentrated. Tech specialist is nice. Senior manufacturing is nice as well, but let's do tech. Certainly makes you wonder, is there enough? Like, I don't think that I can get the storm callers. I mean, I could get some storm callers. That might be enough to do enough. That might be enough to do enough. That might be enough damage to really add to our front line here. I wonder if I can do it kind of weirdly like this. It's really opening ourselves up to a missile attack in the future. So, I don't know. Something like this. Again, it's still a missile nightmare for us. And then another marksman. I think one on the far flank here. We just try and get a winning flank going. He went +1 recruitment and got some more marksmen and some crawlers, which I don't know that I really agree with because I do have the arc lights, but they are coming in the correct location, because this arc light here is going to die pretty quick. So we'll see. Will these tanks be able to go into center? Doesn't look like they are, and it actually really worked out because of the fact that I have storm callers now. So yeah, huge buy for them. The crawlers certainly doing some good damage here. I just need a tank squad in the center to round things out, I would imagine, or at least some depth to that middle flank here, because that's where we are taking the hits. I don't want to go much deeper into storm callers if he's gonna dominate us like that. Deployment specialist is too strong not to pick. So then we got the grab the tanks. We need a tank squadron here. Like, it's kind of just required. And if we are doing lots of purchases, it would be so great to get wasps, but I just need to get some crawlers here for a moment. And I mean, I'd really like for them to be coming in from the flanks. Just give us some weird flanky boys. Followed by a health upgrade. Again, now they're buying range on their marksmen. That makes a lot of sense. I don't know the best way of protecting our tanks here, other than getting even more of them and going mechanical rage. Because right now they're just not really getting up and into the enemy like crawlers fast enough. But this is really solid for us. We have our own squaddy of crawlers really doing work here on the sides. So, you know, he opened up the crawler game, and we're certainly going to play it. Looks like that is going to be really good timing for us. We're going to be able to eat up most of their lane. It looks like they're going to get most of our crawlers, unfortunately. If that does stay true, then their tanks are going to blow up our base before we blow up theirs. So I'm just hoping that these Stormcallers can at least get a kill before it goes down, but it doesn't look like we have much time. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. And these tanks are just a little bit too fast for our Stormcallers to hit, especially when we have the damage debuff. But, you know, come on, guys. If they got the hit, one Stormcaller volley with some lucky shots would be enough to take these guys out. But I don't see it happening. No. Unlucky. They're getting a lot of value out of their leader. Incendiary would be goated for us. I mean, it's goated for both squads, but trying to do this and forcing him to get a shield, I think is good. All right, 250 to upgrade the tanks. And then we upgrade you, we upgrade you. We might upgrade crawlers later on. We just don't have any good purchases. So a couple of marksmen I think are nice. We already have one here, so we're really just like kind of going even Stevens. And then perhaps our own squad of crawlers. I wonder if our own squad of crawlers could go like in the center and just kind of get in there and make a mess. Okay, unfortunately I put it on the flank that he put his flame in. But I think this is going to be better for us. I don't know. Oh, he did go for some Mustangs. Interesting. I actually don't love the Mustang pick, but hey, we're losing almost all of our tanks right now to these flames. All the tanks I cared about. So, who am I to talk? Looks like they're getting our crawlers pretty well with that. But yeah, the reason I don't love the Mustangs is because we have tanks and arc lights, both of which I think have some pretty good winning chances here. But maybe he's going to go anti-missile? I'm not really sure. Either way, he's beating me, so like, what do I know? I could tech up my crawlers. Speed specialist is so good. Parasitic ammo is incredible as well, but I just love a speed specialist, especially when they're going for range. Let's go ahead and get our upgrades here. And again, I think we need this mechanical rage. And maybe I'm crazy, but like I'm kind of vibing with the idea of just doing a huge swarm of crawlers, because I actually don't think that his Mustangs are that great at countering them. But I do want more tanks, trust me. But with the extended speed, okay, he did get some fangs. That's pretty good of a pick to defend himself against this rush. I'm now over-invested in my boys here, unfortunately. But we'll see. Maybe on this flank they can punch through. Looks like they're doing a decent job while the missiles are inbound. But, I mean, it is chewing. Come on, get the base, get the base. Yo, okay, okay. Did he get the parasitic ammo? Looks like he did on this particular unit. Let's see. He's going down. We're continuing the shots. We do have some tanks and some missiles. There goes another base. Okay, love it. Huge, huge. Yeah, this is where his cost control specialist really starts to fall off, right? Still. Let's, shield device specialist makes sense to me, because we always end up buying them in the late game here to protect ourselves. Extended range Stormcallers, to me, would be goated. And then it's just a matter of buying another tank squadron. Probably on our weak side. We seem to be losing this one a little bit faster. And then a Stormcaller lineup here with extended range. And I mean, honestly, another Stormcaller squadron would be pretty sick. Kind of odd placements for them all, but I believe in it. Let's see what he's doing. He's going for additional deployments, getting as many things as he can. I'm going for missiles, even though he's got Mustangs who could spec them into anti-armor. I don't know. I think this is good. We're going to see, though. Like, looks like some tanks are going down. Looks like his, you know, fangs are dying pretty quickly. He did have enough to fight off that flank. If I had more tanks, I might be able to do more here, but these level 3 tanks can only do so much work, unfortunately, when he has got crawlers constantly spawning behind me. But still, I mean, it's a fight, isn't it? Look, see, though, these crawlers coming in. It's just a little bit on the nasty side. We're getting most of them killed, but the fact that his sniper got just those extra couple hits is just a little bit nasty. And then we're overkilling. But I'll agree with the speed up here. It's still tight, though. Really tight rounds, certainly. He's got the fangs in the back corner, so it's harder for me to do things. Junior manufacturing specialist. I mean, how do you not? Decreasing HP of my tanks is also interesting. But I don't like that so much. I'd rather get the junior manufacturing specialist and buy level 2 units and buy like 3 tanks. Let's buy the damage boost upgrade for this turn. And I don't know, let's buy the range upgrade for a turn and see what that does to our build. I think the next thing to do, though, is to pivot into air. Get some air units doing some nasty, funky stuff. What's he buying here? He bought armor on his tanks, looks like. I might get armor on mine, but really the damage is coming from single target damage. So, like, I don't see the need in it that badly. If anything, I think getting, like, flame would make a lot of sense for me. I don't know, armor would do really well against like these Mustangs and a bunch of other crap that he has. Maybe that would be enough to keep them on the front line long enough, but restores 4.5% of max HP per second and a lot more max HP is also very appealing since it's a good mix of damage. And now that I have all these level 2 tanks, like, the front line has never been stronger. But yeah, I think we need to pivot into some air. I just don't know exactly what air would be the best when he's got a bunch of things. Increase the HP of all units. I know that there's the nuke, but I have the shield specialist, so what I think I need to do is first get the upgrade on all these units, because that's really sick. That doesn't leave us with much cash, because I do want a shield generator back here in case he goes for the nuke. I want one here in case he goes for the nuke. And he's thinking about putting down the flame stuff, right? So usually this is the weak side for me, so let's go ahead and put this down here. Now my tank's 450 for an upgrade is like just a little too much. Range is only 250. Perhaps we just get range and then 3 snipers. It looks like these guys can almost hit the tanks right at the start. And then you guys come over here. I mean, this seems fine to me. I didn't buy range this time. I should have. Well, let's see what happens. Yeah, he did the oil slick into the flame. It's a good call. See what happens. He also bought a bunch of shields. The fact that I didn't buy range, though, might mean that my tanks will actually get out of the flames. But we'll see. Oh, they actually didn't light up the oil slick because their napalm didn't quite get across. That's good news for me. The extended range is nice. The extended range doesn't come with a negative, right? It's just a pure benefit. That's good. So nice. I think we need napalm on our launchers here. It will do a lot of damage to these like Mustangs and stuff that like kind of walk through after the fact, as you can see. We'll see. We have the shield specialist though, so our shield does hold a lot longer. So at least we're getting some value out of it, but all these crawlers are certainly the issue for us right now. He's got a good line of marksmen, and he can give them the elite upgrade. So what do you do to that? Plus he's got these anti-missile turrets in the back. You gotta go senior attack. He still has his slow zone in the center. I don't know, do we get the tanks the healing upgrade? I think we do. And then napalm is 450. That means that I could buy one missile unit here. And what I really need though is like, you know, I get the napalm and then we get 2 more arc-light units and they just kind of hang out in the back. And when he does put crawlers down mid, they will be chilling. Okay, this is bad for me. Yeah, yikes, yikes. I mean, I have a lot of tanky units given that they're level 3, but it's not that great. And then the napalm on this corner is actually hurting myself more than it helped. I forgot about just how much we have in terms of crawlers over there. Can we sell crawlers for full price? I'm not actually sure on that. He still doesn't have the upgrade on this guy for elite marksman, which is good to know. Is he buying? He didn't buy range or speed or anything like that. He does have air units, which is bad for me. Yeah, I don't know. Part of me thinks you really got to go for them. I like his anti-missile selection back there because it's like behind his base, so it really doesn't help him too much on the front line, but they stay alive from round to round. And we have to go nuke. Let's try and nuke the center. Well, I don't know. I have the most missile launchers over here. I feel like this would just work, but this is even more value. Let's do that. That's fine. Let's get these upgrades. Again, a lot of upgrades going down right now. Yeah, we need a bunch of shields, right? Or we have a huge potential of just being killed by the nuke. Which means I just don't have enough money to really go for the units I want to. I mean, maybe I go Wasp. Aerial specialization Wasp? I don't love that. Is anything 150? The AoE damage. Let's do that. Let's actually take the loan because I'm afraid to lose. Buy the speed upgrade. And I don't know, buying an extra unit seems foolhardy. I'm gonna buy just a base upgrade on that side. Okay, so there's the nuke. He bought a good unit here in the front, but I don't think that's gonna stop us from blowing up his shield on time, right? Launch the missiles. Oh, maybe. We certainly have shielding on their nuke. Yeah, I think the nukes were a little bit undercooked. But here we go with our wasps. Yo, wasp! Actually, rush spam, incredible. That's both his bases. We have a lot of things left. I don't know that we have 2,000 left, but we have a lot of tanks and a lot of missiles. Holy. Wow. Wow. I don't even think our nuke was that big. I think both nukes basically got canceled out there, but I think the Wasps ran up center, made a huge mess, killed everything. What do these have here? Total damage is high, 4,000 damage each. I mean, these guys do like 500 and die immediately. 15. This guys do 4. I was downplaying how successful these units were. 44,000 damage. Like, no one's going to do as much damage as these guys here. Right? Actually, I think this is top 3. What? Who did more than 125,000? 156, top 1 must be. Top 2? Top 1. Wow, our tanks were actually carrying? They actually did the most damage, even over Stormcrawlers? Probably just because there's so many crawlers coming in, but the crawlers don't even have that much health. Wow, I mean, that was just an outplay through and through. I think that they lost their air units to the nuke, which helps. But really, I don't mean to linger on the game when we can show off the MMR change, but damn, what a game. That was a huge steal. For 1,500 MMR, let's go! I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Ciao for now.